There's nobody in this conference or even in the country that I think plays harder than him.
He's just a leader in all ways. He's a leader in the spiritual life. He's a leader on the field.
Blow. Three. Hey, Chevy. Hey, push it low. Let's go! This is where champions are made.
My relationship with God, it's the most important part of my life. It's my everything. God leads me.
Let's go!
Directs me.
All right.
Guides me.
I love watching you play, baby. Glory to God.
Protects me. Everything is the word I can sum up God as. He is my everything.
You got 7 minutes. We're going to get you a stop right here. We're going to get you a stop. Let's go. I said we pray. That's the best thing we can do.
I'll just chase after you like never before.
God can work through any type of team,
Lord, help the offense and so score to give us one more chance, guys. Let's go! Let's go! That's what's going.
Evangel wins in overtime! Another field goal is blocked! Oh my goodness! And Evangel, perfect regular season for the first time in 22 years! A 21-point comeback in the fourth quarter, and they blocked the field goal!
We saw what we did last year. We saw that we made playoffs. We had an undefeated season, but we're unsatisfied with that. Kind of another thing we've been saying is be unsatisfied with being satisfied.
Big-time statement win, and that's what they needed going into the bye week.
I want to say I started playing flag maybe in first and second grade, and then from there I played tackle for the first time in fourth grade, but I think it was just, my dad's loved it. My dad never played in college, but he played in high school, but has loved the game. And I think just kind of that passion that he had for it just kind of carried over to me. He didn't really push it upon me really hard. It was just kind of something he kind of wanted me to do. And I'm glad he did, because I can't imagine my life without football. So I guess it's a shout out to my dad, just kind of getting me into it and everything.
Nice number 15 here. Bradley Myers. A low high with Jake Grauberger.
My brother, he's a senior here. He plays D-line on the team, and man, it's been a blessing to play next to him. One of my biggest dreams was to kind of play linebacker side by side with him. Never really got to do it in high school. I was like, well, he's getting recruited here to be a linebacker. He might get to play next to me. Within the first week of him committing here and everything, he gets a text. He's like, we're gonna move you to D-line, and so I was like, dang, well, I guess that dream's gonna be kind of cut short and stuff like that.
Him and me, we definitely push each other. I've always looked up to him in my life, and he sets the standard pretty high. So on the field, it's definitely cool just to be able to feed off each other in that aspect. And then off the field, we love all the same things. We love serving Christ together. We love football, movies, whatever it is, we love to do it together. So off the field, it's awesome. We're basically, a built-in best friend, basically.
Him being able to play in front of me, it's been one of the coolest things because, we just rely on each other so much in our positions and just doing our jobs, and they fit off each other so much. But even outside of football, like, our relationship has grown so much. It's just been amazing. And then my sister, so we're 5 years apart, so it's kind of a big age gap. This is her first year here, so it's been kind of cool to just see her. She plays soccer, so we've been trying to go to every single game that we can here at home that doesn't interfere with our Saturday games. We get each other a lot, and I can just tell if they ever lose a game, it's kind of like me, like, you better give her like an hour to talk to her, and she'll like head off right to the locker room and we won't see her after. That's just her competitive nature, and it's just kind of like me. It's just like, I hate losing and stuff like that. But no, it's been awesome to both have them here at this school.
When he first got here, I didn't know if he'd make it, I'll be honest. I wasn't sure. And it's most freshmen, honestly, that way. But he was a little bit more behind than most. He really had to grind to work to learn. Like, that I can't just be athletic at this level. You know what I mean? And so, and it was tough. And we had 2 All-Americans there at linebacker too. And he just sat, and I think he played scout team the first 2 years. I don't think he dressed out maybe a second year, but that's it. 6 years ago when he first got here, he wasn't playing a lot for the first couple of years that he was here. And I think just understanding the grind of, I worked my tail off to get to where I'm at now. So why take it for granted? Why not give it everything I got? There's nobody in this conference, that or even in the country that I think plays harder than him. So I think the one thing that motivates him is just the ability to know that, like, these opportunities don't come, very often, and you don't get to, strap him up and go play on Saturdays very often. So I think that's what motivates him.
Last year, he led the country in tackles. I think currently right now he's number 2 in the country in tackles. And so he's an outstanding football player, but more than that, he's just an outstanding person. And the guys look up to him and actually go to him for his leadership. So just a tremendous leader.
I think it was Bethel last year. He did a great job. I mean, we were down. We weren't playing very well. And
field goal is up and good, and it makes it 31-10. In favor of the Threshers.
And he just was so positive on the sideline. He'd get guys' heads up, and he would just say, hey, we're good, and we're going to keep honoring God whatever we do.
And over time, they're kicking the field goal to tie it. And I remember, we just started getting out there, and I started yelling, like, God did, and everything. Just like, I just love, in the highest pressure moments, that's when I almost I'll either start screaming something, whether it's stonewall up front to try and stop them, or God did, or invite God into the situation.
They lost it! Evangel wins in overtime!
He was definitely the catalyst for that last year, for sure. So I'll always remember that part about him, for sure. So,
really, honestly, his spiritual life, he's a leader on this team. So the players will reference him a lot, when it comes to spiritual life and his just overall commitment.
My relationship with God, it's the most important part of my life. It's my everything. God leads me, directs me, guides me, protects me. My freshman year, we got sent home for COVID. After I got home for a little bit, I fell into the same things. I had a lot of addictions in my life, whether that be partying it up on the weekends, smoking with my friends, addicted to every single type of nicotine thing you can think of. My whole identity was in the things I was doing and in those addictions and stuff. And those addictions were growing so much that I was more attached to them, to the friends and the family in my life. And so there just came one night that it was in one of my lowest moments ever. And just God kind of came to me and just showed me just how those addictions were satisfying in the moment, but it was never satisfying with longevity. And God kind of gave me an option one night. He's like, you can either keep satisfying yourself for temporary type things and for this world, or you can come and be satisfied by me, which I'm your father. I'm going to protect you. I'm going to guide you. You can come back home. Come back home. I want you to come back home. Ever since that moment, God he totally just shifted every view, every perspective, every desire, every want, every need. It totally changed. And my family became one of the biggest important pieces in my life, and just helping me with my faith too. And I was able to just finally go to my mom and dad and talk to them like I've never talked to them before. And then getting here, I mean, the journey's been insane.
The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
finally junior year, kind of really understanding that I really want to play. I have this desire. I want to do everything I can for the team. Seeing what he's done throughout the whole entire team, to seeing the lives that he's changed, to seeing the lives where people are going up on Sundays to rededicate or give their life to God for the first time, and then seeing the 43 baptisms last year and then the 28 baptisms this year, you know, that's been the true victory. What we did last season, those wins, doesn't even compare to the things that God's doing, saving the lives on this team and just totally impacting in a way that's not going to change them for this next year, for the next 5 years, but being able to change them for their whole entire life, you know. So, I mean, I could keep talking about God on this whole entire thing, but like at the end of the day, like everything is the word I can sum up God as. He is my everything.
You know, I think he loves football. I do. I think he loves it. You know, there's people who like it. There's some guys who like to wear the jersey more than they love it. I think he came in as a guy who loved football, and then he ended up becoming a guy that realized that whatever I do, I'm going to honor God in doing it.
He's just a leader in all ways. He's a leader in the spiritual life. He's a leader on the field. He's a leader academically. And that's really what, you know, I would summarize him in just basically one statement is he's an absolute leader.
Welcome to Eagle Stadium here in Nixon, Missouri. We've got Evangel football here on the KCAC network between the number 20 Evangel Valor and the Bethany Swedes. It should be a fun one today. Bethany coming into this one last place in the division, but they are 3-3, still very much alive in the very competitive Kessinger division. Whoever wins the Kessinger wins a bid to the playoffs. So it's a huge game, as playoff implications are becoming a big deal here midway through the season.
Flip, 3. What is it? Hey, Chevy. Hey, push alert.
Hand off up the middle, the line collapses and he's pulled down.
Let's go.
So Evangel's defense does their job, only allowing 1 yard after the huge interception return.
A lot of the teams that we played, like Avila, you know, the record hasn't really reflected the type of play when we play them and stuff like that, because they're battling for their life out there. They were a good test to show us just like what we need to do for the rest of these conference games.
Drop it. Flip it. Ben, Deke. Combo, baby. Let's go. Stonewall. All right. What is it? Cloud.
Hand off again, and he drops the ball, and it looks like Evangel recovers it.
It's a very hard feeling to describe, but it's like it's an adrenaline rush. It's almost like waking up on Christmas morning.
Let's go, Riley. Let's do something special this year.
Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Deep pass and triple coverage, and that's intercepted, and about as easy of an interception as you can get.
Let's go, man! You good, Combo? Come on, third down, let's go! Stonewall! Oh, Lord. Get to the shade to the right a little bit. This side. Cody, left. Oh, man, I just moved back to the room. Hey, 11's oh, wait. All right. Riley, go. All right. Come on.
Cross back to pass. Deep ball up the middle of the field, and it's picked off again. And now we've got a return here. Evangel has some blockers.
Let's go! Let's go! That's what we got.
So tonight we're going to be reading out of Hebrews 10, and we're going to start at verse 19. So it's bolded, like the passage is the full assurance of faith. Starts out, therefore, brothers, since we have confidence to enter the holy places by the blood of Jesus, by the new and living way that he opened for us through the curtain, that is through his flesh. And since we have a great priest over the house of God, let us draw near with a true heart and full assurance of faith, with our hearts sprinkled clean from an evil conscience and our bodies washed with pure water. Let us hold fast the confession of our hope without wavering, for he who promises is faithful. And let us consider how to stir up one another.
Jaron actually started a group last year, and it was him and another girl started it. And we just had a small group and just kind of like talked together. And it wasn't really just like just for football or just for another team. It was just kind of open for anyone. So this year we kind of wanted to carry it over. And so me, Jaron, and Swaff lead this group, and we just kind of get together, and whoever wants to come. It's kind of been a group that we're very close knit and stuff now, and just it's kind of something we just we read over, talk life over, and just see how we can grow each and every week, and just like be there for one another if they're ever going through anything or anything like that.
I think 24 is kind of cool too, because it says, and let us consider how to stir up, and then just stop it there. Most of the time when we think of stir up, we always think of conflict, people stirring up that. But this is telling us simply opposite, to stir up one another to love and good works,
All right, so looking at their kickoff, they're 5x5 right in the middle, number 90. The R1 and the L1 right there, the safeties. Really, honestly, the drawing doesn't do justice. They just kind of jot over a little bit. All right. And again, they've got 5 right here, so you'll notice they kick the ball really kind of all over the place. And they're always 5x5, so the thing about it, and that's honestly a very good strategy.
Oh, the culture's been amazing lately. It's I mean, even when I first got here, the culture was really good. But there was a lot of people, saying something on the field but acting a different way off the field. And I finally feel like we have a culture now where everyone, the people that they say they are on the field are the people that they are off the field. I finally saw yesterday was really cool, like our linebacker group just kind of like jabbing at each other, messing around and stuff. Because at first I remember they got in here and they were just super quiet group and all that. And really, I mean, I was as a freshman too, and it takes a little bit. But the culture here and just that Coach Epp kind of started and all that, it's just changed, and you can see how the program's changed with it and how we've been more successful every season just because kind of that culture's grown to the point where it's just a team that, so many teams call themselves a brotherhood, a family and all that. But the thing is, here we truly are.
And we're back after that halftime break. 17 all as we open up the second half. Evangel's defense, they've been holding McPherson to just short plays, but McPherson is just chipping away, and the second half is underway.
Right.
Hand off up the middle. He'll be good for a first down. He pushes his way forward, and he's finally brought down at the 44-yard line. Kick is up and away, and it's right up the middle. Back to pass, and it's picked off. A big-time defensive stand, and he's trying to get to the edge. He gets tripped up.
I love watching you play, man. Glory to God.
It'll be a 32-yard field goal for Edwards. Got through the line, but the kick is up and good.
Loose.
Steps back to pass, has a man open, and a big play there. 3-man rush. Spins out of a tackle, he's got a big hole, and he's finally gets taken down at the 15-yard line.
A bad play will follow with bad play. So the thing is, you just have to totally just wash that play out in that moment and just focus on the next play and just how you can do that better. You just have to constantly reset play after play after play to just fix those mistakes and everything.
Handoff up the middle, he hops the line. No, he called it a touchdown.
Let's go! Gotta score here. Come on, Ellis. Right here. This is our moment right here. Let's go. You got 7 minutes. We're gonna get you a stop right here. We're gonna get you a stop. Let's go. You gotta stop him here. Let's go. Let's go. All right, Ray.
Handoff. He's met at the line. Only a gain of 1. It'll bring up 4th and short. Sending a man in motion. It's a QB draw. Makes a man miss. Has an opening. And he gets into the end zone. Kenneth Spring on the option draw.
Let's go. Here we go. This is where champions are made. This is where we need it. Let's go. Liverpool!
Quick check down to his running back. Has a hole on the outside and a very long play. Swafford back there, still on his feet. He reaches forward for the goal line and it'll be stopped at the 1.
I say we pray. That's the best thing we can do. So, come on, God. Lord, help the offense to go score to give us one more chance, God. Lord Jesus, please. Lord, you can do it, God. You can do it in all things. You got a team here, God. Make it possible, God. Lord, this is not the end, God. Lord, it's helping you. Jesus, please. You got this. You got this.
They can't clock it. They have to go for first down here. Takes a quick snap. Drops back to pass. Has some protection. Has a man open and it's picked off.
I think that the team was definitely hurt, especially for the seniors, for the guys not coming back. We had this whole goal, natty or nothing this year, something above just winning a conference championship. I've went through 3 different senior classes, and it's been hard to let go of each and every one. But this one especially hits because I know I'm never going to put on those cleats. I'm never going to put on those pads. I'm never going to put on that helmet. I'm never going to go through a week of practice again for the rest of my life. And something that really hit me is, I've always been a firm believer, and I've said, I'm playing for God. I'm playing, to honor him. I'm playing because he's what's got me here. He's developed me into the player I've been on this team. And I need to give everything I have in this last week, even though that, there's not as much, on the line and stuff, because God's got me to this place. So almost play for a week of gratitude, thanking God for everything that he's done in my whole career here, my whole 6 years here and everything, and just go all out and be like, God, thank you for getting me here. This is why I'm going to play for you. I'm going to play this last game like I've never played before and just give everything I got. But life goes on. I mean, life's bigger than the game of football, and that's something I'm starting to realize more and more the closer it gets to, working a real job and stuff out in the real world. But, man, it's been a blessing. It's been a crazy ride too and stuff. But